Well, welcome back. Here we go again, another Buoy 10 season. It's Groundhog Day. You know what, in all honesty, I really do enjoy doing these. Not just for the aspect of sharing the information, but this is my favorite time of year because there's some consistency to it. I wake up every morning at the same time, we go out there, run the same program, we try and figure out these fish, and hopefully we come back with a bunch. So there's some sense of consistency, sense of control, I guess, when the rest of the year is just so chaotic with everything else going on with the TV show and guiding and seminars and on and on and on. This is where I can settle in and just fish. So I absolutely love this time of year. So thank you everyone for tuning in and for joining me through all these Buoy 10 updates. This is Buoy 10 update number 1 of probably 45 or so. I'm going to be here all the way through September. So let's get down to the nitty gritty here. First, some paperwork. Again, these updates are entertaining, they are informative, but I will tell you time and time again throughout the season, these reports are not good information for you, even for tomorrow. They're just not. And the reason why is because these fish flush in and out 10, 12, 15 miles every 6 to 8 hours on every tide change. So I'm giving you this information the afternoon of today. Well, that's 2 tide changes away from tomorrow. It's fish moved. And I actually played that game a little bit once last year. So I actually went back and I had some intel on a really, really good bite at first light. So I didn't mention anything in the report, wondering how many people would actually show up there because no one was there that day. And guess what? It was loaded with people. There are hundreds upon hundreds of boats. So it has everything to do with cell phones and word of mouth, posts on social media, stuff like this does help too. And all the magazine articles and on and on and on. There's so much information out there, and I encourage you to go out there and research it and figure out as much info as you can before you come down here. But the main point is make your own report. If you wait for reports from this YouTube video or this Facebook post, you're going to be too late. You know, this year our regulations are that we're only allowed to catch Chinook through August 20th, and that is even with an increase of our forecasted increase of Chinook coming back, but our retainable harvest this year has decreased. So even with more fish coming back, we have less fish we're able to keep or retain. But that being said, we have a ton of coho coming back, and if it's even half of what they forecasted, they're forecasting 900,000. If we get even half that, that's gonna be twice as much as what we had last year. Great season. So don't feel bummed, don't feel depressed. You know, I'll be right there with you. The last couple years have been tough. We get forecast numbers and it comes back and it's a little bit depressing and seasons get cut short. It can be tough, but everything in nature is cyclical. So you just need to take the opportunities that you're given and go out there and go play. That's why we do this, right? It's to have a little bit of fun. So don't be afraid to come down here, even if I give you a bad report or you're hearing poor reports from other guides or buddies that are down here. Just come down. If you have the day off, make the effort, come down here. We got almost 1 million fish coming back. It should be a good season. Some other things. What I always hear every single year are people hitting up the Coast Guard every 5 minutes, it seems, in the morning. There are a couple ways for you guys to get bar information if you do want to cross the bar and go out into the ocean to go target Chinook and coho. One, Coast Guard has a website. If you just type in U.S. Coast Guard Cape Disappointment or Columbia River Bar Report, you will get exactly what it's restricted to right now and the current bar conditions. There you go. Use your smartphone right now and go out there and put that on your saved searches so that way you can look it up when you come out here. You don't even need to bug the Coast Guard. Second way to do it is just turn on your radio to 22 Alpha and wait. Someone will ask. Within 5 minutes, you'll get your report. When you do reach out to the Coast Guard, make sure that you tell them that you are on the Columbia River and you're looking for a Columbia River Bar Report and you are hailing Cape Disappointment Coast Guard. Otherwise, other Coast Guards up and down the coast may not know which bar you're talking about, if it's Tillamook or Westport or who knows what. So be very clear and concise, be very polite, and most of all, try not to bug them too much because they're there for serious situations and for safety. So check online, wait for someone else to give you the report, and then if you're still not getting it, hit them up and just be polite and ask for Cape Disappointment, Columbia River bar conditions. There you go. Boy, I probably get asked at least 5-6 times a day, How do I know when it's safe for me to take my boat across the bar? And I give everyone the exact same answer. There are no conditions. There are no perfect golden rule. Everything changes just way too much. There are 3 different Columbia River bars. There's the south, the north, and the center. And every day can be different. I've had days out there where everything seems like it should be bad, with outgoing tide, big outgoing tide, and a west wind, and a big ocean. But guess what? The bar's flat calm. And I've also been out there on days where it's an incoming tide, and it is light winds, variable winds, with a fairly calm ocean, and the bar's blown up. So you can never look at a forecast and say, yep, we're good to go for sure 100% tomorrow. Because you really don't know until you're actually out there on the grounds. Every day is different. There is no golden rule. So the best thing to do is take all the information you can and make the best educated decision that you possibly can make. That is the only advice I can give you, because truthfully, it is different every single day. Okay, so there's also 3 different oceans. There's the ocean that's straight out of the mouth that gets heavily influenced by the current coming in and out of the Columbia River. There's the ocean to the north and the ocean to the south. They can all have different wavelengths, period lengths. They can all be windy or not windy, calm. It's all over the place. So again, just make the best educated decision that you can based upon the information that you have from friends, updated reports, and of course forecasts. So there you go. Let's get into a report for today before this video gets too long. So we got 45 plus more days of this. So report from today is I had a group trip with Brandon Glass, and he and I, we got the same group today and tomorrow, and they wanted to fish the ocean one day and the river the next. So we decided to fish the ocean, and then tomorrow fish the river. The ocean today was really, really slow for August 1st, and we had that forecast of 900,000 fish. Makes you a little bit leery, in all honesty. But here's the interesting thing, is that the fish that are being caught, guys that are catching them, because guys did limit out today. We didn't, but guys did limit out today, and it seemed like when you land on those fish, it is just hot and heavy, just dubs, trip squads, you're getting bit left and right. But you come out of school, you lose them, you got to run back and run a hot lap on them, just like what we do in the river, but just out in the ocean. In years past, we've been able to just troll and get all of our fish. This year, we're kind of hunting for them a little bit out there. We ran all the way north, way up past the condos, and we went all the way south past the weather buoy and CR. We fished a lot of water today, and we only ended up getting 3 coho. Brandon got 6. Tough day. We know some guys that tagged out. We know some guys who did even worse and gave up early and came back inside the river or even chased bottom fish. So, and I know it's August 1st. There should be a lot of fish out there. But again, when we do find them, man, it is. Yesterday, I fished yesterday out in the ocean. Got on a good rip and had all of our fish within an hour and a half. That's the way it should be. But I know a lot of other guys that were a quarter mile away that struggled. Right place, right time, right fish. Just the way it goes. Because today we did end up releasing 5 or 6 wild fish too. So there you go. As far as reports in the river, I again did not personally fish the river today, so I can't give you firsthand knowledge. But I heard a fish caught from the bridge all the way down to buoy 10. Again, not red hot, but there were definitely snook in the river. I did not hear of any coho, but with coho already going over Bonneville Dam the last few weeks, guess what? There's coho in the river. And the fact that they're already crossing the dam this early, that's encouraging. So hopefully we do see that 900,000. And again, even if it's half that, that's twice as many as what we had last year. So I'm gonna wrap it up. We're already pushing 10 minutes. I'm done. I'm tired. I got to go shower up. So keep tuning in. Thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, the best thing to do is to just directly email me or send me a DM through Facebook or Instagram. YouTube comments, I'm usually pretty bad at responding to those. Email is always the best way to do it. So fire them away. I'll try and answer them whenever I can here on these videos. Thanks again for tuning in. Here we go. Buoy 10 season 2019. Groundhog Day. All right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.